The 2024 BMW X7 may be the vehicle you least partner with BMW's brandishing legacy, yet as a general rule, it's one of BMW's best executed items for its planned use. This three-column SUV is really one of the best in the extravagance business, and keeping in mind that it's no 3 Series on a winding street, it's still incredibly enjoyable to drive. Pick any of the 3 satiny powertrains from the xDrive 40i to the Alpina XB7, and you're in for grin actuating speed increase and fulfilling sounds. Nothing in this cost range with 3 lines handles as well as the M60i or Alpina renditions of the X7 either. However, the Mercedes-AMG GLS 63 sets up a battle.BMW inside plan is having some fantastic luck, and the X7 gets every one of the upscale treats that BMW can toss at it. That implies the X7 feels its cost. You'll wonder about the glass controls, top quality screens and general elegance of the inside each time you get in. Each of the 3 lines of tenants get to enjoy the extravagance, as well, and they're somewhat roomy columns at that. You can purchase greater SUVs that are more qualified to consistently conveying 6 or 7 individuals, yet the X7 is ideal for a greater than normal family in their effects. Between the X7 and the Mercedes GLS, it's an extreme battle in picking a victor, yet the driver's decision would without a doubt be this BMW. It's hard to beat, as outside some hang-ups we have with the infotainment framework, the X7 is a genuinely impenetrable contribution in the 3-column extravagance SUV portion. What are the X7's inside and in-vehicle innovation like? The X7 has a wonderful inside crammed with whimsical glass controls, tasteful encompassing lighting and top-notch calfskin and trim. You sit as high as possible in large, comfortable pale situates and get to appreciate great perceivability both in front and out the back. The monstrosity of the X7 is evident consistently, and every one of the 3 lines get to encounter the extravagance, even the 3rd column can be warm. Tragically, among the extravagant materials is a tech interface that is not looking so great. One of the updates last year was adding BMW's new bended showcase that runs iDrive 8. This erases BMW's advantageous column of environment and radio controls for controls in the screen. We trust that an update to iDrive 8.5 further develops ease of use, yet normal undertakings like turning on the warm guiding wheel or changing the fan speed is currently a task that requires many screen taps to finish. Basically, the actual screens are lovely with clear designs and smooth activity. We'll likewise take note of our appreciation for the preceded with presence of a customary volume handle, as that was one actual control BMW wanted to keep up with. In the event that you spring for the XB7, underneath, there are different Alpina restrictive plan and tech contacts. For example, a special directing wheel, Myrtle extravagance with trim, Alpina logos and model assignments all around, and extraordinary blue checks in the group. How enormous is the X7? The X7 is the greatest BMW, which should be visible outwardly and experienced inside. Space in the subsequent line is palatial, while grown-ups could fit easily in the 3rd column of seats. They might actually have their own environment controls. The 2nd column seats highlight power-worked slide and lean back, which is most certainly extravagant, yet it takes impressively longer to slide the 2nd line seats forward for 3rd line access than in 3-line vehicles with physically worked seats. Be ready to remain at the entryway and stand by for a spell. More regrettable, the 2nd line commander seats, beneath, left, likewise don't overlay. Significance: it's basically impossible to get the kind of most extreme freight limit common of such an enormous 3-column vehicle. Perhaps you will not be regularly utilizing your cowhide line, $90,000 extravagance SUV to pull stumble from home stop. However, such flexibility is a key explanation individuals purchase such a vehicle. Thusly, we'd suggest staying with the sliding and leaning back 2nd line seat, above, right. It's bounty agreeable and adds an additional seat for sure. What are the X7's efficiency and execution specs? The X7 is presented with 3 distinct powertrains, which in BMW Custom, are attached to various models. The xDrive 40i gets a 3.0-liter twin super inline 6 supported by a gentle half-and-half framework. It produces 375 pull and 383 pound-feet of force, yet force can be helped to as much as 398 pounds to foot for short spans through the gentle crossbreed support. Each X7 is fitted with all-wheel drive and an 8-speed program transmission. BMW gauges a 5.6 second 0 to 60 miles per hour time. Efficiency comes in at 21 miles per gallon city, 25 miles per gallon expressway and 22 miles per gallon joint. Move up to the X7 M60i and you get the strong 4.4-liter twin super V8, likewise helped through a gentle mixture help, with a shaking 523 pull and 553 pound-feet of force. The 0 to 60 miles per hour time drops to simply 4.5 seconds, yet efficiency endures at 16 city, 21 interstate and 18 joint. Go the whole way to the XB7, presented above, and you get an Alpina rendition of the 4.4-liter twin Super V8, again with gentle crossover help, that has its result raised to an incredible 631 drive and 590 pound-feet of force. Its 0 to 60 miles per hour time tumbles to simply 3.9 seconds, and efficiency endures a light shot at 16 miles per gallon city, 20 miles per gallon interstate and 17 miles per gallon joint. How's the X7 to drive? With its gigantic size, level movable air suspension, and inconspicuous pitching while turning, the X7 models feel their size. You can expect really graceful ride quality and creative dealing with that considers a sufficiently fast speed on a winding street. Be that as it may, in the event that you're expecting rigid dealing with and material controlling, this isn't an ideal vehicle for you. The M60i model with its presentation incline is honestly great, enjoyable to wheel about in, yet it's as yet a major, 3-column SUV, and that is something that not even BMW's undercarriage specialists can work around. The base 6-chamber supermotor gives a lot of force, while the 8-speed program continues on ahead without complaint. In all honesty, BMW could offer the base motor, and it's difficult to envision anybody grumbling. However, that is not the way in which BMW gets things done. There are 2 additional degrees of execution advertised. Very much like its less strong brethren, the X7 M60i is an especially agreeable extravagance barge. Leave the suspension in its standard solace mode, and it sops up potholes and street blemishes, leaving travelers undisturbed. Select game mode, however, and the M60i's ride turns solid-ish. Hurtling down a dirt road is somewhat terrifying with how much weight you're hauling near, yet this frame imparts definitely more trust in the driver than most 3-line hybrids do. It's more creative than the 40i, and the accessible summer tires give it a wonderful measure of horizontal grasp. The directing is numb, however, such is the situation with most BMWs. So indeed, the dealing with is improved, however squashing the choke is the genuine fun of the M60i. That twin Super V8 pulls this large vehicle around effortlessly while you watch traffic vanish in the rear view reflect. Its speed is dishonest from the high seats, making successive checks of the speedometer an important errand. It's without a doubt more enjoyable to drive than the xDrive 40i, however a more cash-reasonable decision is purchase the more proficient, yet fun, inline-6 form and a less expensive devoted sports vehicle with the reserve funds.